videos I've ever seen in my life. She tried to attack me. Who? Who's the based queen? Oh my god, not the fucking pigtail pedophile making a video again. Wait.
This slander, well, it comes from a clip from a recent Asmongold video where he's talking about censorship of anime and manga.
It's about going in fake company speak.
Saying this, and it's just going.
She talks like a VTuber.
Unchecked, and I just wanted to say my piece on it.
So here's what I think is funny about this. Number one, this is like seeing a dodo bird. It's like seeing a like a white rhinoceros. Like a megalodon or something like that. Because I thought these went extinct. I didn't know we still had these around.
Huh?
Yeah, I thought...
Okay, I was gonna watch a different section of slop, but we're watching this slop instead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we're watching this slop. Let's go. Let's go, chat.
Somebody made a negative video about me. I figured
I'm sorry,
I'd watch...
it came out 12 hours ago. We have to.
This shit. Her
New slop just
Asmongold
dropped.
hit piece backfired horribly. Uh-oh.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So today we're going to be talking about a video that's making the rounds on social media for all the wrong reasons. It comes from a channel titled Catastrophic Claire Rar. Yes, very Rar XD, Quirk Chungus, Hot Topic, etc.
Dude, you're like a 30-year-old man with a 14-year-old girl VTuber avatar that's not even good.
Your YouTube algorithm is unsalvageable at this point.
It's over for me. It's over for me, Foo. It's over for me. Thank you for the 16 months. Thank you.
Etc. But the video people are talking about is her latest one titled Japan Wants to Censor Anime Asmongold Reaction. Now, in this video, not only does
it's about me.
Call out Asmongold, but she also calls out the entire anime and manga industry, as well as Japanese society, which according to her is so predatory and dangerous, pretty much no woman is safe in Japan. Now let's...
Damn. That's a lot. Oh, do y'all think she's ever been to Japan?
Start with the thumbnail itself. It is pretty heinous. It is implying very heavily that as...
What? This is a well-known fact for anyone who's even looked into anything about Japan ever. Famously, Japan is very safe if you are a man, and it's not safe. I mean, there's really nowhere in the world that's very safe for women. They literally have train carts for women only... Sorry, for women-only passengers. If you think society is safe for women, but it has to have train carts so only women can get into them, you're totally cooked. It's over for you. They literally are the people who introduced the shutter noise on iPhones because people kept trying to take upskirt photos of women. What the hell are you talking about?
Asmongold is trying to protect predators. Now, what justifies in her mind this slander? Well, it comes from a clip from a recent Asmongold video where he's talking about censorship of anime and manga.
It's about going in favor of free expression and free speech without having an unelected cabal of companies acting as a cartel that are behaving as censors for that speech and expression.
Like, it's just so sad that people are saying this, and it's just going...
She talks like a VTuber.
Unchecked, and I just wanted to say my piece on it.
So here's what I think is funny about this. Number one, this is like seeing a dodo bird. It's like seeing a like a white rhinoceros, like a megalodon or something like that. Because I thought these went extinct. I didn't know we still had these around. Yeah, I thought Scene Girls have been gone for like 10 years now. It's still, yeah, this is like an endangered species. I almost don't even want to be mean to her because there's so few of them left. It's just funny for me to see it.
So basically, what Asmongold is saying is that groups like the United Nations or payment processors like Visa or
I'm truly left speechless by such a pathetic joke.
MasterCard should have no say in the production of anime.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the fucking, like, this is the thing, right? Is like, this is what some people do. They get caught up in the optics of the conversation in a specific way without understanding what the conversation's about. I was talking about companies behaving as cartels and violating antitrust laws. And then she's the one that extrapolates this to me talking about anime specifically. It's not specifically about anime.
Why are you losers always so mad? Do you people ever laugh or have any fun at all? 1, very bold, coming from the person coming in here mad enough to make a comment. 2, oh, we absolutely are laughing. We are laughing at people like you, okay? Why do you think I go over the stuff I go over? It's to farm people just like you. I'm sorry that you had to find out this way, but you've just been farmed. Sorry. Oof.
That's not the point. The point is that it's a bad thing to do on a fundamental level. Anime is just an example. They can't even think about the idea without it's off topic. Yeah, it's totally off topic.
Manga in Japan, and
you haven't laughed once. It's true, guys. Famously, I never laugh about anything ever. Famously, I'm the most serious person on the planet. It's true. Caught. I can trust this guy. He's been following for 16 minutes.
Hot take, he's correct. These organizations have really no sense being involved with these things. It's way beyond their reach. They shouldn't be controlling what's going on in the anime and manga industries. And anyone who disagrees with that has to basically bootlick.
It's not that they can't control it. It's that they can't collectively work to control it in a unilateral way. That's totally I feel like a lot of people just don't understand what the problem is. They don't get it. They shouldn't control any industry. Yeah, you should not have payment processors that can control an entire industry. It's not good for an economy. It's that simple.
United Nations.
Guys, yo, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, man, bro, like, what do you do this shit for? What do you think is going to happen? Just a minute, why you do this? You know you're going to get banned for this. Like, can you tell me that, like, you know that you were going to get banned for this? What is wrong with you, bro? Like,
this is like the best summary of like every single Asmongold video. It's just him saying this at least once about something he's never researched at all. Haas Zero Head is that simple.
Like, I have to ban you, right? You cannot go and tell people that they have to kill themselves. Like, you can't do it. Even if you think it's true, you can't do it. How do you not get that, man? Whoa, my bad. True. Anyway, let's see.
Dude,
yeah, y'all
yeah,
gotta dial this shit down. Like, that's some weird shit. You can't do that.
My favorite part about like that segment of the stream is like he literally called her a dodo bird. He literally said, "LOL, I thought these people went extinct." He literally insulted the way that she looked, how she sounded. And she hasn't even gotten a chance to comment on anything, and he's assumed what her opinion is. And then when his chat regurgitates the garbage he says, he's like, whoa, dude, whoa. You took it a step too far by taking my vitriol and crossing the line of TOS. Okay, all right. I know I encourage this behavior by acting like a huge douchebag as often as I can, but that was too far, guys. That was too far. What? Also, was that his takeaway from the ban? You can just believe and think the most unhinged things, just don't think it out loud? Yes. Correct.
which we'll talk about them later in the video.
Yeah.
They are a terrible organization that has been going after Japan for decades now, trying to demonize and categorize a lot of fictional content as illegal, as she will do in her own video. So let's let her continue on.
Guys, they've been trying to fucking call Pokemon satanic for how long? I don't think this YouTuber with like 10K views is going to make a big enough difference that anyone here has to care even a little bit. Oh my God. Fucking gamers suddenly decide they have political nuance and just poison their young audience. So fucked, yeah. No, gaming is like so fucked. Mayor Cat, why do you keep ripping my mouse dongle out of my PC? Why do you do that?
This is actually from
the UN doesn't want to censor normal anime. They want to censor child pornography and the exploitation of women, which is fair. Okay.
Clips she posted herself on a Twitter, but let's give it a listen.
But in
the UN, I wasn't talking about the UN. I was talking about credit processing companies. Had nothing to do with the UN.
They've been trying to call Loli illegal.
T24.
Don't they know that they're
it's still
5,000-year-old
legal
dragons?
to own anime and manga child pornography. And let me tell you, it is a booming industry.
I would have never guessed. Wow, are you telling me the creepy, weird shit that people have done for the entire history of people is still creepy and weird and people do it? What a shock. What?
So, as always, I think there's something very disturbing about likening real...
That is an interesting reply to someone being upset about lolly porn. That is an interesting reply to that. That is a very interesting reply. It's very interesting to reply to someone being upset about lolly porn by saying, whoa, creepy people be creepy? That's crazy. That's just how it's always been. That's, I personally wouldn't do that, but, okay.
Life victimization to manga panels, but as always, if you don't like certain aspects of anime or manga or just fictional content generally.
So this girl needs to understand, and I saying something like this is kind of hard to say because a lot of people can take it in the wrong way. But the reason why it's legal to own a cartoon of something like that versus something that's real is that owning something of it that's real, like actual, like, you know, child sexual abuse material, the reason why it's bad is because if you own things that are real, there is a victim to that thing. And it creates a feedback loop and a reward structure around having that content and then paying for it and then the popularization of that content. That
having drawings of child pornography is illegal in the United States. You shit for brains. Oh my God. They're both illegal. Lolly porn is illegal. Okay.
That's the reason why owning it is illegal. It's because owning it is effectively a feedback loop for more of it to be created. And more of it being created means more people being victimized. With a cartoon or a drawing, that dynamic doesn't exist. It allows for demand. It does. Don't you think it's a gateway into the real thing? I'm not a fan of lolly stuff. I think it's really weird. Anytime that I see it in an anime, I don't like it.
He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question.
It's that simple.
He didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
The chatter brought up a very valid point, which is, but isn't this a gateway? Which is the concern. This is why it is illegal in all forms in the United States. It's because we do not want to encourage it even a little bit, even at all. Even depictions, fake depictions of it, because we do not want any type of encouragement of this at all. Why, when someone asked you, wouldn't it encourage it, you responded saying you don't like it? That's not a response to that statement.
I'm not a fan. It's off-putting? Sure. That wasn't a question. Yeah, but that's not the point. I was just explaining the difference between the two things. And to say it's a gateway, I don't know. Here's the way I see it. And I don't want to go too far into this because it's like such a really like polarized discussion, is that I don't think it's the same, but I do think that if I knew somebody who was into lolly stuff, was into it, I wouldn't want them.
Yes, the very polarizing topic on child pornography and lolly pornography. Yes, it's a very polarizing topic. Yes. Very polarized topic. Excuse me, not polarized, polarized topic. Yes. Yeah. 50-50 for sure. It's like taxes. Like, should we raise them? Should we lower them?
Them being a babysitter for my young kids. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't want them. And I feel like that's a true, right? It's a true. And the reason why is because we all know. It's understandable, right? I'm not saying they should be in jail, but I do think it's weird. For sure. Anyway, let's see. We're gonna keep going.
That's okay. That's your prerogative. You're allowed to not like things, but it doesn't justify you demonizing and attacking an entire nation of people as well as the related mediums.
Yeah, I learned that myself.
And on top of that, if you're going to create this standard for other people where in the video she says if a character's under 18 and sexualized, that's CP. Well, that standard's not going to just be applied to the people you're attacking. It's also going to be applied to yourself. And if you look through her Twitter account, I mean, you have characters like this from Sailor Moon. This character's 16 years old. She made AI-generated art with obviously...
Wow. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Well... Oh, but that's different.
Some sexual aspects to it with the hashtag
Do you
booba,
like AI art?
And she would do that again, same character with
waifu thighs
hashtag
save lives.
thick thighs, posting this that she created with AI as well. That would make her a hypocrite under her own standards. On top of that, she's a big evangelical.
Yes, you guys got her. You guys got her. You guys fucking roasted and toasted her totally and completely. Yeah. Yes. Being against the manufacturing of lolly porn is exactly the same as taking a Sailor Moon character, aging them up to promote AI art. Yes, correct. This has the same level of concern trolling as the people who get mad when someone wants to cosplay like when people want to cosplay Shigo or something. It's like, how dare you sexualize this character? You know, they're canonically 16. It's like, there's no way you actually think this is the same. There's no way you're dumb enough to think that's the same as being upset about lolly porn. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. It was literally her own image being run through a filter. She used the AI on herself. I'm...
Evangelion fan.
Well,
I mean,
it's not even a hypocrite, right? I mean, it'd make her a creep. I mean, because she's acting like these people are like legitimate creeps and bad people. Meanwhile, you're doing the same thing.
if you've watched the anime, you know there's a lot of fan service featuring underage characters, so clearly she either didn't watch this or she's just a massive hypocrite. And of course, you know, because I always...
Dude, this is insane. This is crazy. We're really comparing anime that is questionable, with bad, questionable things in it that can be criticized, to lolly. If you like anything ever that has some problematic aspect, you're not allowed to criticize the proliferation of lolly porn. Did you notice here you enjoy Evangelion, and yet you're against lolly porn? Interesting, isn't it? Hypocrite much, isn't it? What?
Check this.
Real one. Whoever.
Why do girls, bro? Why is it? Why are people not enough?
Chat, this is the perfect opportunity to make like a YouTube video, content idea. Make a YouTube video and you put Asmongold's like face. You face tune him to look like the big eyes and the tongue rolling out, and then you title it like Asmon defends child porn? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Video idea. Free for the masses. And then the title just says, I can't believe he loves it.
I don't get it,
and then just
guys.
post like a bunch of clips that are totally irrelevant. Just like post clips of like seals playing in the water or something.
Jesus.
Put this in.
Steak logo.
Absolute real one. The voice is Hugh Jackman, by the way. And he plays the Easter Bunny.
Oh, and you need an arrow pointing at something too? Yeah, a large red arrow.
So great.
Yeah.
I love his voice in this movie. I love his character in this movie. He's such like a hard ass rabbit. And you don't see it a lot. So yes, definitely smash.
Ding,
ding.
Oh,
in a red circle, yes. Yeah.
Ding, she's a furry too. Yeah, pretty much anytime you see some...
This is the person that's calling you a creep.
What? You're not allowed to be against lolly porn if you're a furry? What? She didn't even say that she was like attracted to the character. She just said she liked the character. What? What? Huh? I also don't know why anyone here is like pretending to care about this when I know these fuckers be simping for Lola Bunny. No shame or hate or anything. I'm just saying you're not allowed to criticize someone for complimenting a furry character when I know you were jorking it to Lola Bunny. I know you were jorking your peanuts to her. So get off the moral high ground, guys. Come on. Come on.
Your idea of something that's, you know, like you're being called a creep because you like a conventionally attracted female, and the person calling you a creep is attracted to a rabbit. Okay.
I know all these motherfuckers are jorking it to Lola Bunny. Please, 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 please. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Get off the high ground. Get off your high horse. Stop it. Okay? All right? And now I'm going to say something that might be a little crazy, okay? But I actually think being attracted to adult animated animal characters, like I don't even know what character this is, but this one is not nearly as bad as consuming lolly porn.
In a dress.
I don't know. Crazy here. Crazy. This is the Easter Bunny. Crazy. I don't know. But a voice actor with a gruff voice, voice acting for a very clearly adult furry character, and then being like, yeah, I would, which she doesn't even say in the clip, is, it's fine in comparison to, actively consuming lolly porn. What the fuck?
Okay. Sure.
Chief Supreme, thank you for the 16
Someone
months.
talking about anime and manga and trying to demonize it. They almost always consume the exact same content themselves.
Of course.
And on top of that, they're a furry. It pretty much happens every single time. But let's continue on with her clip here.
You can literally go nearly to any massive manga stores
Oh, she did say Smash?
areas
Oh, okay.
in the major cities in Japan. And you will find areas of that manga store that is specifically for Lolita characters.
Okay.
So this is a very simple point, but it's definitely always worth making. If she considers this stuff in the background to be CP, by her own standard, she downloaded it, probably uncensored, and then posted it for thousands of...
So right. He's so right. Oh my god. Yeah, there you go. It's just like...
You fucking got her, bro. You fucking owned her so hard. She was trying to make a video about how the UN should censor child pornography. But did you consider that when she downloaded this image, it might have initially been uncensored? Well, huh? Just the fact that Asmongold is agreeing with a grown-ass man voicing a little girl VTuber model with pigtails probably just says everything that you need to know.
Expose yourself, yes. Oh my god, good point, yes. And see, people don't, like... And the reason why you bring something like this up is the fact that it just proves that it was all bullshit to begin with.
It was all bullshit to begin with because she wanted to make a video about something, so she had to consume some of the material, and by consume some of the material, pull up a photo of censored images of like what explicit light novels or mangas, I think. The most fucked up part about this, by the way, Miss Noobster, welcome to the watch streak. The most fucked up part about this is the people who actually have to prosecute and the people who actually have to collect evidence against sexual predators. So like the fucking FBI agents in the United States who have to be in charge of going after pedophiles and going after child pornography. Those people have experienced so much trauma on the job because they actually have to fucking look at some amount of the footage because they can't just prosecute you because they think that there's something on your hard drive. Because, that would be bad to have a government that just prosecutes people because we think that there's something there. And I feel so bad for those workers who have to do that. That your job, any part of your job, is having to go through a hard drive of insane fucking stuff. A lot of them end up committing. It's really sad. I mean, it is really sad. Literally sounds horrific. That's probably one of the worst jobs to have. It's fucked up because on the one hand, at least you get to prosecute those people and you get to help make places more safe. But on the other hand, that's your fucking job. If you are making this criticism against this chick for doing the smallest version of that, these are obviously not comparable, right? What you're basically saying is the detectives and the FBI agents who have to go through people's hard drives in investigations are actually secretly pedophiles themselves because they looked at it too. To respond to this comment made by this fucking pigtail pedophile and say, that's a good point, is like by far like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like easily just, I have no words.
Because you don't really think this. You're just saying it.
There's a very high turnover rate due to how terrible it is. I've known a few people who've worked for CPS and they basically never stay. I wouldn't. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think I could even work a day on that job. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, the people who work in child protective services at all, like, nothing but respect. Nothing but fucking respect, dude. I mean, they avoid any legitimate point of perceived enemy, mischaracterize arguments, nitpick any straw man. Yeah, I mean, that's the classic. But even any type of child protective services, man, that must be such a heartbreaking job. I worked for child protective services for 2 years. It was fucking horrible. Yeah. I work for child protective services just doing support work. We have such a high turnover for our caseworkers. Yeah. I don't know how you don't lose all hope for humanity. Like, dude, or even worse, or not worse, I don't want to compare the two, but like on the same level, the people who've had to work on the Diddy case. Fuck. Fuck, dude. That sounds awful. I mean, I used to work in pediatric unit for 10 years and it was bad enough having to do cares while the abuser's in the room, but their job is horrible.
People to see online. By her own standard, she just downloaded and then redistributed CP.
It's really sad that he thinks that this is a funny epic own. Rabbits, Chatter wrote, rabbits only live 8 to 12 years. How old was the bunny that she likes? Isn't the bunny in the movie the Easter Bunny? And he's gonna laugh, dude. A stupid chatter wrote something stupid in your chat and you're laughing? I like how it's literally a gruff voice actor in a gruff rabbit that is very clearly an adult male animated rabbit who is also the fucking Easter Bunny. Like, visually, you can tell it's supposed to be an adult character. Oh, it's Hugh Jackman is who voices it? Hugh Jackman fucking voices it, which everybody in here can agree. Hugh Jackman is unbelievably sexy, and also his voice is very sexy. And also the character that he's voice acting is an adult. This is so unserious. This is so unserious. I'm Ace and Hugh could have it.
Like, are you crazy in your mind or something? Like, why would you ever think this is okay while you're demonizing it at the same time?
Dude, I have to say, the fact that this tweet made either of these people upset, I think it speaks for itself. To get upset at the tweet that says, the UN doesn't want to censor normal anime, they want to censor child pornography and the exploitation of women, which is fair. The full video is on my YouTube. Imagine getting triggered about that. Like, what do you even do at that point? What do you do when you're getting triggered at that? Like, it's... I don't...
It just shows how stupid...
Well, and it shows that it's not real. She don't really think this. She's not really thinking this. She's just saying this.
All these arguments are, how hypocritical all these people are.
Actors. And Lolita, if you don't know what that means, it means
it's
young
Jeffrey Epstein's jet. I know what that is.
Girl. And
it literally just means like cute fashion, by the way.
This is the problem that the UN wants them to address. Honestly, I don't care if the character is over 18. If the character is over 18, I'm just going to be like, cool, yeah, whatever you're into, man. If you want to look at that, that's cool. But not children.
Okay.
That is so up.
So she's trying to basically mask what the UN is doing. She's saying this is all about protecting kids and it's only targeting the specific types of characters she's talking about, but that's a gross misrepresentation of what they're trying to do at the...
Dude, these chat comments are crazy. Bro.
Children.
Okay.
That is so up.
So
these chat comments, she looks at it herself. Trash argument. She sounds extremely fake. Maybe she's rage baiting with the video? Question mark. I'm trying to go frame by frame. And then it's comments about her hair. Is the children in the room with us right now? Not young kids, but young animals. We haven't seen any of this. What? I have no words. I don't understand, dude. I don't understand.
Character she's talking about, but that's a gross misrepresentation of what they're trying to do at the UN. So
and I want to keep in mind, I never discuss this. This doesn't even have anything to do with me. I never talked about the UN. I wasn't complaining about the UN. I was talking about credit processing companies, which is a completely separate point that doesn't have anything to do with this. But people acting like it's all me. Everything relates to people. Everybody's always thinking about me.
Here's what they're actually doing. They've been targeting Japan for many, many years, and they can't really explain why they're singling out Japan in the first place. But anyways, this is what they're talking about with some of these pushes that the United Nations are doing. The final observation expressed concern that pornography, video games, manga, and other animated products may promote gender and sexual orientation-based violence against women and girls, and recommended that existing legal measures and monitoring programs be effectively implemented to address the production and distribution of pornography.
You see, in no point here is the issue of character.
Where did she mention him? It's not on the clip. I don't know.
Characters that appear underage. It's not even stated. It had nothing to do with it.
Pornography, video games, and animated products that promote discriminatory gender stereotypes and reinforce sexual violence against women and girls. So it's not just these specific young...
If you think anime causes violence towards women, you're retarded. Yeah, that's why they think anime causes violence towards women. That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Character she's talking about. It's anything that
the guy who never leaves his house, the Japan understander, has logged in.
Promotes discriminatory gender stereotypes, whatever the hell that means, and without any sort of research or basis to make these claims, they say that these things in fictional content are somehow leading to real life abuse. These people are basically just a repackaging of 90s soccer moms who used to say violent video games make violent people, right? It's the same argument. It's just so woke, it's backwards. And now we're having people trying to justify these connections between anime, manga, and what have you to predatory behavior.
Oh, dude. Fictional stories impact people's lives in a meaningful, real way. You are impacted by the media you consume, especially media that tells a story. This is just factually true. And it has always been factually true, and it will always be factually true. When you have media that promotes certain values, more people want to endorse those values. When you have certain media that promotes other values, people want to endorse those values. You are impacted by your media. The reason that the moms against violence in video games thing was so stupid is because there's no amount of COD that's going to make you go to the store and buy a gun and try and go find other people to shoot at in a gulag or something. Like, you can't even imitate it. It's also not, like, a lot of violent games are not the same as media that tells a story that has morals in it.
Got it.
90 soccer mom was woke. It was. Yes, correct. Thank you for the 2 months. Or sorry, for the 43 months here too. Thank you. Like, you wouldn't even be able to reenact CS2 gameplay if you wanted to. Let me just go to the store and buy an M4 and go find other people to shoot at with an M4. What? This doesn't even make any sense. Whereas if you watch a story where certain characters are consistently treated one way, it normalizes that in your head. Yeah, let me go CS:GO surfing IRL. Because you fall in love with the characters in the story, and you are going to sympathize with the heroes of the story generally, or the anti-heroes of the story. And you are going to learn lessons, because usually there are lessons to be learned from stories. The problem with the violence in video games thing was it didn't actually cause violence. The only thing that causes violence is like lagging and disconnecting. That causes violence. That's real violence, actually. Because I have had violent thoughts upon disconnecting from a lobby. Okay? It's true. It's true. The truth has come out. So you're saying some people can't differentiate fiction from reality? It sounds like mental health issue to me. I mean, I guess if you're really stupid, that would be your understanding of what I said. Anyone in here who has any literacy or media comprehension or just has a brain understands that I was talking about stories for children, seemingly something you need, since your brain hasn't developed past that yet. Hope that helps.
And the only thing they're working on is their own emotions. They have no actual proof of anything.
He's totally right. There's no thinking involved with this. There's no logical deduction. There's no critical thought involved at this at all. So, like, if you think that this is bad, then you could clearly look at people that are watching anime and see how often they're abusive, etc. They did it to rock music too. Yeah. This is the new brand of the satanic panic. It is. This is just the new version of it. And they're trying to protect you from yourself, and they're doing it for your own good.
Meerkat.
And looking at the standard about promoting discriminatory gender stereotypes, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the kind of stuff they're talking about. This is one of her own posts from
First TCG,
very recently.
Woo Girls.
Look at not only the character that would probably fall under these
Hashtag goon. This is not even a good hashtag. Who posts that? It's not even a good one.
Nations standards here, but also the hashtags. It's got to put out hashtags.
Guys, the goon understander has logged on. Okay, he's never looked up hashtag goon. You learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. Gek, thank you for the tier 1. 90% of this video is just dishonestly framing her. We've seen so little of her talking about the subject. Yes, correct. I mean, you have to understand, if you take away one thing from this, if you are either an Asmongold enjoyer or an Asmongold hater, one thing you should take away from this video is if they actually had points against what she was saying, they wouldn't need to consistently make fun of her and discredit her by showing that she said that she would smash the Easter Bunny from some movie that was voiced by Hugh Jackman. And they would just let her speak and argue her points as they actually are. If you are an Asmon enjoyer and you are here, explain to me why he just refuses to be honest, why he refuses to have honest framing against her. It's because there's no argument there. There's not an actual argument there, so they have to make it up and they have to villainize her. I can very easily look at what these people are saying and say, no, actually, thinking this adult animated character is attractive is not weird. Thinking lolly porn is weird is, yeah, I would expect everyone to think lolly porn is weird. Yes. Content farm money for YouTube clips, yeah. Crafty Comrade, thank you for the 2 months. Oh, Mayor Cat left. I can plug my mouse back in. I can have a mouse again. I've just been using my keyboard this whole time. Wait. Sorry, really quickly, this Asmongold chatter. Like you, right? I guess I'll point out a couple things. 1, I didn't do that. I've explained every single point pretty clearly. 2, do you think that that's a good argument? I'm criticizing Asmongold and this, the pigtail pedophile guy for not actually having an argument. I asked you a very clear question, which is, hey, why do these people feel the need to make fun of her and to discredit her rather than disagree with her argument on the basis of her argument? Do you think it's a good argument to say, well, you're doing it, so it's okay? Which I'm not doing it. Do you think that that's good? LOL user, starters. No, I'm trolling. Oh, guys, he's trolling. It's Schrodinger's douchebag. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know you didn't have any friends. My bad. Sorry, continue. Sorry. I know it's hard. I know, I got it. I understand. Totally cool. You have to understand, anyone who does like says inflammatory thing, I'm just trolling, they don't have any friends. Be nice to them, okay? Because people who have friends understand that everybody else thinks that behavior is insufferable. And so they don't do it. But when you don't have friends, you don't understand why people don't want to be your friend. So he's still learning. Also, this chatter. No. You're just sounding weird, like you're trying to defend her while ignoring that she downloaded the content weird and then acting like she's FBI or something. Try to listen when I speak. I didn't call her an FBI agent. I said that the argument that they're using to discredit her would be the same argument that you would have to defend to discredit FBI agents by saying she wanted to talk about this issue, so she downloaded this. So secretly she's the pedophile. How dare she try and criticize this? If you make that argument, you are inevitably also making that same argument against FBI agents who have to go through hard drives to prove that someone actually had child pornography. Oh, you're struggling, dude. You're struggling. She's not FBI, so she doesn't have the legal authority to download those files. Okay. Focus for 2 seconds. We're talking about the rhetoric used to discredit her. We're not talking. See, here's what's happening. I'll take out the drawings for you. We'll take out the little drawing board, okay? All right. We'll take out the drawing board. Okay, we got a nice little drawing board here. All right. Here is her. Okay. Here is the downloaded censored content that she provided in her video to eventually say, lolly porn bad. Okay? Here is pigtail pedophile. And here's Asmongold saying, oh, well, actually, you're a hypocrite for even looking at this. Okay? We're talking about this statement here. Hypocrisy with a Y or an I? It's one of those words that you spell fine when you're on the keyboard because you've spent your whole life on the internet, but you can't spell it when you have to write it down. It's an I. Hypocrisy. Okay, we're not talking about this. We're talking about this right here. All right? If the statement is, you're not allowed to criticize this thing if you yourself had to download it and look at it, because that makes you a hypocrite, that same argument would be used against FBI agents. If your defense to someone calling out lolly porn is, yeah, well, you looked at a screenshot in low res that was censored, so you're actually a hypocrite, you're not allowed to criticize this because you consumed any amount of it, you hypocrite. That would apply against caseworkers who have to look at stuff. In that instance, you would say, well, if you're not allowed to criticize something, if you had to look at it to research it, then why are FBI agents allowed to criticize it? The argument is flawed. The argument itself is flawed. It is not a good argument to make because it is indefensible in other instances. It is not a good argument to make. It is not hypocrisy to attempt to combat something and having to consume any amount of it to be able to show what is happening. Nope. Wrong. Nope. Not applicable. No, correct. Nope. That's wrong. Wrong. Asmon and Dude are not hypocrites. Oh, you're just a fucking moron. I never called them hypocrites. Oh, dude. Oh, he's too stupid to even understand what I'm saying. I said they called her a hypocrite. Oh, Jesus. If you're this lost, it's over for you. Not even crayons can help you, man. Too many Lunchables as a kid, I guess. Jeez. Whew. Oh, man. Good luck.
Hashtag Gooner. Hashtag Goon. Hashtag Degen. Very interesting stuff. But let's talk about the UN for a second. So I can't imagine bootlicking the United Nations.
Bootlicking the United Nations, says the pigtail pedophile bootlicking for lolly porn.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
They are pretty much...
Sit this one down, 2004 Hot Topic employee. Oh, God. Yeah, there you go. It is what it is.
Is the equivalent of an international criminal organization. What else do you describe them as? So even some of the top children's rights officials in the United Nations have been jailed for charges relating to the abuse of children. In fact, there are endless articles you can find that are just so beyond disturbing. Report finds UN employs 3,300 predators responsible for 60,000 R-words in the last 10 years. Here's another one saying UN peacekeepers ran a child...
Somebody mad in chat. Give us a second. I'm being dishonest about this. I'm being ignorant about it. You're mad. What is this? I'll pull it up real quick. She's right. First, you laugh at the girl. You're being dishonest. 60% revenue made by manga comes directly from works that depict rape of women and children. Where'd you get that number from?
No response to the other statements because he knows that he got cooked.
Where'd it come from?
This is always my favorite thing that people do. When someone makes multiple points, you have to understand these people are so stupid you can only make one point at a time. Otherwise, they'll try and do the dishonest thing where they respond to the thing that is the easiest to debunk because responding to each one is too hard. So instead of responding to the fact that he's been a huge asshole and responding to the fact that he's been incredibly dishonest, he instead decides to fight on the 60%. You can't tell these people more than one statement. Little lesson.
Where's the source? It was a study 5 years ago. What's it called? My source is I made it the fuck up. Oh. Okay.
Also, yeah, the worst part about what they're talking about is that their argument admits that the content they are defending is morally reprehensible by saying that simply observing the context's existence is an equivalent moral wrongdoing no matter the context. Beautifully said. Correct. Yes.
In Haiti, and it goes on and on and on. Like they are genuinely...
I actually did.
Guys, you're never going to believe this, but it happens to be the case that men in positions of power abuse their power. Next, you're going to tell me that the Catholic Church had pedophiles in it. Or, God forbid, has pedophiles in it. Next, you're going to tell me that there are teachers that are pedophiles, men and women. That there are female predators that teach and male predators that teach in schools. We should abolish teachers. See, the thing is, there were predators in my school, so we shouldn't take teachers seriously. Just like the UN had predators, so the UN can't be taken seriously. Ever. The UN's done nothing ever that has been good ever, so we need to abolish them immediately. Asmon and this rev person speaking platitude, this is how you know that they're dumb. Yeah. I mean, they kind of got like a matching look. He got the matching like double roach antenna. And then this rev guy has the pedophile pigtails. They're kind of twinsing a little bit.
Very dangerous organization, and you have to rely on their word and what they're trying to do to justify banning anime and manga.
Well, they never even said that though. Like, that wasn't even what they said. Like, it's nothing to do with it.
These people are not to be trusted whatsoever. But she continues on here.
And that's what the UN wants them to address.
I think this is so funny. Watch my reaction to Asmongold's reaction to the UN's attempt to get Japan to censor the nastiest. It's not even what I was talking about. Like, I wasn't even talking about this. I never even was talking about this issue to begin with. She getting mad about something that I didn't even say. She don't even know what the hell she's talking about.
Dude, there's nothing worse than when Asmon starts doing the mild black scent.
Like, I don't know. This is amazing.
It's actually scary being a woman in Japan. They literally
It's scary being a woman in Japan.
Man from the United States disagrees.
Okay. All right, explain.
Specific train carriages that women can take to not share carriages with men during busy travel times.
He's going to have a good retort to this. Come on.
That they don't get sexually abused or touched inappropriately or have pictures
Yeah, it's a good idea.
of their upskirts.
Oh my God, the people in the chat saying, so it's actually safer since the women have their own cart. I'm going to lose my mind, dude. I'm going to lose my mind.
Taken. Just trying to get home from work.
Yeah.
No response? Okay.
So this pretty much is where it always ends up, right? So it begins with, I don't like this anime and manga, blah, 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 blah. And then it turns into just, well, I mean, what else do you call it? Racism. They're basically trying to imply that the entire nation of Japan is so predatory that no woman...
Are you no, I mean, I know he's a fucking moron, but I also know that he's like a pedophile and like a lolly enjoyer, and that's why he's trying to be dishonest. You're not framing the entirety of a country as being sexist. You're saying that this country has sexist tendencies, and here is our proof of this. In the same way that basically every country has sexist tendencies, and you can point out particular things that prove that these countries have sexist tendencies. Just like every country is racist, and you can point at exact things that show how this country has been racist. Like, what? You also can't fix a society if you just pretend like those problems don't exist. You can't be like, well, there's no COVID because we tested one person and nobody else, and they didn't have COVID, so we're good.
Is safe in that country. And it's an absolutely outrageous thing to say. Yes, there are sex crimes in Japan.
Guys, the white guy is telling us that it's actually safe for women in Japan. Shut the fuck up and listen. The white man, the Western white man, is letting us know that it's safe in Japan for women.
Just like there are throughout the entire world.
Anything,
it doesn't make...
I don't know, Denims. The black water fountains make them more safe. It protects them from the racist. If you think about it, this guy does seem to be suggesting be suggesting that maybe the back of the bus was safer because this racist guy said so. Did you think about that? Yeah.
Japan unique in any sort of a way, and the only justification this person has is because they produce anime and manga, which that somehow makes them special. I mean, of course, reported sex...
Dude, as someone who's watched a disgusting amount of anime, you can't look at anime and pretend like there is nothing sexist in anime. You can't look at anime and pretend like there's nothing inappropriate that happens in anime. I was watching Seven Deadly Sins when it came out, and I was like, oh, this anime looks fun. And like, I remember the first, like, I don't even know how many episodes. It was like sexual harassment joke, sexual harassment joke, sexual harassment joke. Like, the female character couldn't be on the screen without there being some sexual harassment or assault. And I was like, I can't. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Like, I can deal with a little bit of bad stuff in anime, like a little bit of what in anime, because it's going to happen. Like, for example, the first episode in Dandanon, I was like, why am I watching this? This is so weird. I hate this so much. I powered through. I'll power through. And guess what? The next episode got better. The next episode got better. The next episode got better. So, like, that's the problem with anime. It's like sometimes you have to power through, like, one very weird episode or one very weird scene so you can enjoy the rest of it, which was the case there. Right? Dandadan is a very good anime. Just everyone is just going to pretend like that one of the first scenes in the first episode didn't happen. I'm retconning it. Just retconning it. Or like a better example, My Hero Academia. Like, oh my God, dude. Ugh. The Grapist character. It's so weird. That's so weird. The number of like Peeping Tom characters that are in anime. It's very weird. They add nothing to the story. That's the problem, right? There's nothing added in the story. There's no enjoyability because that character has this joke over and over and over again. It's just stupid. I don't understand why you would defend something that exists in anime, pretend like it doesn't exist, but when you do have to look at it, you say it's not bad, it doesn't matter. No, dude, if you like anime, you should want those things to not be an anime because they're cringe. Do you know how many animes I can't show people because they're weird? Because it's weird. You know how bad it feels to watch any amount of anime and be like, listen, just ignore the weird rape scene. It's not like, there's no rape that ends up happening, but like, I don't know why they put it in. I'm sorry. This is a very weird sentence I'm saying. It's a good anime. Or like the animes that have so many upskirts in them. And it's like, just ignore all of the upskirts. The anime is good. I swear. It's good anime. It's just, you just have to, I mean, like, one of my favorite animes is Kill la Kill. Now how bad it feels that I can't show anyone that anime? And it's not even because of the way that they're dressed, by the way. It's because of the way that the other characters interact with them. And sometimes the posing, but in my opinion, a lot of the show is making fun of itself, but still, even though it is making fun of itself and like they have these really speedy arcs where like I'm not going to get into Kill la Kill. I like it. But I can't show it to anyone. I can't fucking show it. Even though it's a good... And you know the worst part? You know the worst part about Kill la Kill? It has some of the best female character writing. Those are some of the best female characters in any anime, where they all have very clear motivations and goals. They all have struggles. They have things that matter to them. They have their weaknesses. And the characters are very like human. Like, I think the Mako arc is like the perfect example of it. Just... You see Mako, you don't like the character initially, you keep watching, you're like, yeah, okay. Wait, actually this character's dope. Wait, I love Mako. Wait, Mako's the best. And then she has the arc where she gets the powers, and then she becomes horrible because of it, but then she like grows past it. It's very cool. And like, she has her weaknesses, but she has her strengths, just like all of the characters are like that. All of the characters have their weaknesses and their strengths. Which is very hard. Because most female characters in anime suck dick. They are so fucking awful. And I've been in the ringer, dude. I saw what they did to Sakura and Naruto. I watched hundreds of episodes of Naruto. Okay, I have suffered. I've done my time. All right? Don't speak to me like I don't know what I'm talking about, all right? First time chatter, I think having things like that in a show and anime is okay as long as it's not being praised or glorified. It's okay to include things as long as it's being used in a way to show that it's bad. Yeah, I think the problem with Dandadan, which like they don't show it as like good, they show it as bad, but they have the same problem that Goblin Slayer had, where the scene is sexualized. It is obvious that what's happening is wrong and bad and etc. But then the scene is drawn to be sexually appealing. So the angles that it's drawn in, the way that the characters are like on a stage, so they have like, what is it called? Like, not stage view, but like they're offset a little so that you can see how sexy the character is. So you're being told that it's wrong, but none of the characters are blocking the action. There's a really good video by Mother's Basement on this exact scene, or on the exact scene from Goblin Slayer, and he basically breaks down how the scene is drawn like it's from a fucking hentai. It's not drawn and edited like it's a horrifying rape scene. And the Mother's Basement, he literally edits it down to show you what the scene should have looked like. That doesn't sexualize it. That makes it something that you can jerk off to. He like crops out this scene and this scene and this scene. And he's like, okay, good. You've told everybody that there's something traumatic has happened to this character. You've set the universe. It's grim. But at least in the instance of it happening, it wasn't boner inducing. Because that's bad because it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be titillating for the viewer. It's supposed to be traumatic. This is the biggest problem that anime has or like on this front. It's the biggest problem that anime has on this front. But anyways. Yeah. Goblin Slayer manga didn't have that problem. I mean, I believe it. The mangas are always better. It's very rare that the manga is worse. Is that a fuzzy sheep on the right bookshelf cubby? No, it's a poro. It's a little poro. Happy to have joined the streaming seem reasonable. Came from Asmon. He's just absolutist in the worst way. Very doomer mindset. I just don't understand why he has decided to position himself the way that he has. I just don't get it. Poro sad. No, Poro happy. Don't be Poro sad. Be Poro happy. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, the one thing I will say is like, I've watched way too much anime. Just way too much anime. And as someone who's watched way too much anime, have you seen Perfect Blue? Perfect Blue is one of my favorite pieces of media. Perfect Blue is the perfect depiction of how you can show things and not glorify them. At no point are you watching Perfect Blue and you're like, dude, I'm kind of horny. You're like, the entire time you're like, you are in her shoes. At the very least, that's how I felt when I watched it. When I watched it, I was like, whoa, I feel like, I'm getting secondhand trauma from this fucking movie. Jesus. You're not watching and you're like, oh, it's kind of hot. It's an uncomfortable movie because it's supposed to be an uncomfortable movie. It doesn't glorify the actions. It puts you in her shoes, which is good, which is very good. Well written, very well written. The Casca scene has the correct effect on people. It cuts deep and distresses. I've seen a couple people disagreeing, but I watched it so long ago, I kind of don't remember if the Casca scene was good or not. It's been so long, and I never read the manga for that one. But anyways, I get sad because of so much bad anime and what anime could be and what it's not. Which is why I'm anime's biggest hater despite being a fucking weeb. Oh. So anyways. Can we wrap up the fucking video? I just want to be over. I just want it to be over.
Words, ladies and gentlemen. You have to take the side of the UN here and ban this anime and manga.
Oh my god.
About today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I didn't.
Here's what's so funny to me about it.
I'm just a fucking masochist that watches stuff that I hate.
It's the fact that the entire conversation is naturally around something I never even said.
He wasn't even mentioned in the video.
I said, people don't know how to think. Everybody said, oh, I don't know. I don't think that's it. That's it. People don't like to think. It's sad. Credit card companies will attempt to distort and extire culture. It's clearly connected to the UN's attempt to censor anime. Well, and then like getting emotional causes you to just turn off your brain and be stupid. Then you're just being stupid. That's
famously, Asmon has never been emotional.
Really the reason why.
He has a peanuts. It's not possible for him to be emotional.
And so, like, I don't really, I hate this, you know, the thinking that people have about like, oh, well, you know, I got in my feelings about it. Yeah, you get in your feelings about it, then you're being a fucking moron. What are you doing getting in your feelings about it? Don't be emotional about it. Like, you want everybody else got to be stupid because you're stupid. So you can't control yourself, so now everybody else has to walk around you. Have you ever traveled to Japan? No, I haven't. Maybe one day I will. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Wow. I have no words. I just have no words. I have no words. Just an amazing ending to an amazing video.
Denims.
Oh, I wanted to watch this little segment. Let's end on a good note. Okay? Too much Asmon rot is bad for the heart. The Do Not Worry podcast, really cool people. They mentioned me.
Was on the hummus pan.